from the Madison area and around the state. The 608 tournament returns Friday, December 13th and Saturday, December 14th at Madison College. Come experience the best showcase of high school basketball in the Madison area. Purchase tickets today at 608basketball.com. That's 608basketball.com. The 608 basketball tournament, December 13th and 14th at Madison College.
Cousin Subs is spicing things up this fall with a new sub and a delicious shake. The Chipotle Cheesesteak Sub, with either grilled-to-order chicken or steak, features pepper jack cheese, sauteed green peppers and onions, jalapenos, and Chipotle ranch dressing. And that's not all. Pair your Chipotle cheesesteak with a delicious mint shake, and your taste buds will fall in love. Order in-store, online, or via the mobile app. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Hey, it's Bobby Portis, and I love playing basketball in Milwaukee. When I drive down the lane, I move fast and make sudden moves to drive to the hoop and score. But when I'm behind the wheel in the driving lane, I control my drive. I don't speed or make sudden movements. Speeding and reckless driving are the leading causes of traffic injuries and deaths in Wisconsin. Do what I do. Control your drive. Don't speed. Don't be reckless. Zero in Wisconsin. Together we can save lives. Wisconsin DOT.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special. Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
We're learning a lot about each other.
Murr.
It's murr.
I'm the fly from it's
Mister, you know, when I tease, I like to deliver. Well, don't quote me on that.
Oh, no, it's quoted. That's safe.
Sometimes the tease is better than the deliver. I did properly and correctly predict that game. And I'm not taking a lot of credit because I've done this before.
Robert Saleh has not done anything with the Jets since he's been there. You can only be so good when you've got people at the top who are bad.
Don't even.
It ain't Aaron Rodgers' fault.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Hey, Matt Hamilton made it. It is Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I remembered.
You did. I had to remind him on and off air multiple times last night at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. Thanks to Lee for a fantastic time out there, and we even ran into an old friend of the state, well, still a friend of the station, but Jim Hagenbarth. We ran into him at the bar. He bought us some Coors Lights.
Yeah.
Because we're on, if nothing else, Matt Hamilton, we are on brand. If you see us at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton, we're drinking Coors Light.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best part. when Coors Light wants to be a part of the show, I was like, that's the go-to.
Yes.
That's what Mom drank when I was growing up. That's what I wanted when I was of legal age. And here we are. The greatest light beer on the planet wants to be a part of it with me on this show.
Well, and then the other part of it is, I mean, in the bottle is kind of just a nice little throwback. Yeah. So we had a couple Coors Lights. Had a good little holiday post-show meeting and hung out with Jim a little bit. And then Lee came over, and you brought home, what did you bring home?
Oh, I brought home a New York strip, a wedge salad, and a side of asparagus with hollandaise.
Sounds amazing.
I'm
sure
fantastic.
You were a hit at home.
Yes, I was. The first comment, though, I will say was, no potatoes? She's like, where's the starch? I was like, well, I brought bread. There's bread there, and she eventually was like, oh, well, thank you very much for the food. I appreciate that. There's dinner. But those potatoes au gratin at Ruth's Chris are like elite. And I'm like, yeah, good point.
We are presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's crush. A Coors Light in a bottle. Bottled Coors Light's better than can, right?
Yes.
Like, we can both agree on that?
Yes. Love the bottled Coors Light.
There's very few things I think would be better out of a can than out of a bottle.
Yes. I mean, like.
The only answer for me is Mountain Dew.
Yes. Well.
Better than a can.
I guess I'm indifferent. I don't drink Mountain Dew. So, regardless, I like my insides too much.
How dare you?
And you're not 40 yet.
For that radioactive horse pee.
Right. And you're not 40 yet, and you're far from it. But I've also known two people And it's probably coincidence, does not mean correlation, but two people who ended up having like horrible gut problems, and all they drank was either Mountain Dew or Diet Mountain Dew. And so I'm just can't do it.
Is one of them named Alex Strofe?
Yeah, I was just going to ask that.
He's probably, I mean, they started
He's on
at his
way.
age.
Yeah,
it was
he's
when they
on
hit
his
their
way.
30s it happened to him. So.
No idea.
And
Irrelevant.
it's the wrong color.
Wrong color.
It's green.
Oh, come on. It's like neon yellow.
Well, true.
Green.
And there's like 4 different colors of Mountain Dew. You can get red. There's probably is there
red-
purple?
Red
There's
is
the
like
teal, like the Baja Blast.
Baja Blast.
I
Taco Bell.
avoid red things too. Like I don't know if I should be
Like
drinking
food wise.
No, I mean like drinks.
Well, ever
red
since in
drinks.
like the early 2000s, they're like red food dye red 40 is terrible for you.
It's not even-
carcinogen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cancer, whatever. It's not even. It's not even that. I guess I try to avoid, if I'm drinking a liquid, I either want it to be clear or dark.
Like
I don't want any other. I don't want all the colors of the rainbow in my drink.
No Kool-Aid. No like.
I don't drink a lot of Kool-Aid. No.
No,
My
like-
kids don't drink. My kids. I don't know if
I mean,
they've
you're
ever had
drinking the
Kool-Aid.
bear Kool-Aid that you're going to be
There you go.
rooting against the Packers as opposed to rooting for the Bears.
I would not be drinking Kool-Aid.
Oh, my
But,
gosh. You're drinking that navy and orange
Come on,
Kool-Aid.
you have. I'm gonna lay it out there for you. Give it a try again. What could you call it?
What?
What I would be drinking when I'm rooting for my team to play well, but not. And again, I'm not rooting for them to lose to the division foes. I'm just indifferent. As long as they play well, I'm fine with the outcome. Now, I want the Bears to beat. Resetting from yesterday quickly, as Matt brings it up.
Yeah.
I brought up yesterday that I want the Bears to beat the hell out of the 49ers and the Packers. I don't know who the other game. They have another game on there because they have Minnesota and Detroit.
Seahawks?
Seahawks? Maybe
they
it's
play the
Seahawks. So they have
Seahawks.
5 games left. So out of those 5, when they play Detroit and Minnesota, I'm fine with good job, good effort. Look good, and if you lose on a last-second field goal, that's fine by me.
Because
I'm not rooting for them to
if the Bears win that game, either of them, it helps the Packers' chances.
So I'm not actively, because I feel like I was misrepresented. I'm not actively rooting for my team to lose.
Yeah, he just hopes everyone has fun.
Like, for example, when the Bears lost to the Packers, I was like, but I was like, that one hurt. But at the same time, for that one, I wanted Eberflus fired. And that was a big push for Eberflus
But
to
now
be fired.
Eberflus is fired. Now what surprises me is you
Matt,
don't want
nothing-
to see your team.
Nothing good happens from it.
Oh, I mean,
Nothing good comes from
momentum
beating.
is something real.
For what?
Confident, winning games.
So if they won 3 out of their if they won 3 out of their last 5, that would be a positive end of the season for them.
Yeah, but if they won all 5 of them, it'd be even more positive for them.
That's
what I'm saying.
Now, I will
It's
say
like-
this: I don't know the order
For
of the teams.
Caleb Williams' confidence, you would like to win every game possible.
That's overblown. Aaron Rodgers went 6-10 his first year. He was fine.
Oh, I'm not saying you can't not, like, it's impossible, but, like, confidence is real.
Right, but if he plays well, like he has, he's put the team in position to win 4 times. But again, it's not rooting against them. It's more of, and again, the timing of it, because it's Bears, 49ers,
You
then
sound
it's
like
Vikings,
a fantasy
and the Bears.
footballer. It's like, well, I need this player to do good, but I can't have him do too good because I'm playing him in another league.
Right, because my season
and I don't
doesn't-
want him to beat
the
me.
wins
so.
and losses don't hold water anymore. It's how
So
does
you're
the
just
team
trying
look?
to hit the middle. You're trying to hit, like, I would like the Bears to cover the spread but not win the game, and Caleb Williams have fun and play well.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's such a funny
This-
thing.
this-
I mean, I get. Here's the
the
thing. Like,
season's over.
logically, I can like dive into your brain and like understand it, but the competitor in me is like, I don't ever want to lose a game ever.
I'm not playing in the games. It's not. I don't have a coaching ledger with the Bears.
I guess I don't know. I guess being a part owner makes me feel like it's my team too.
I hate you so much sometimes.
It's utterly preposterous that I've even heard that.
But
I got a piece of
so
paper that
as
says
we
it's
reset
your
that,
team, so we want to win.
As we reset that, Matt, and again, we're on 12-2 because Green Bay game night.
Green Bay game day.
Game day. Some Packer show is coming up later with Strofe.
Yep. And
Who knows?
No idea.
Wildy will be there for a little bit.
Jason Wilde will be there.
There
Yes.
you go.
Rob
He's-
he's
Domowski will be on. He'll be on there.
He's
be
on,
packed.
but he's in Michigan right now.
Yes, he is
Yeah.
out at Ford Field. Yes,
Right.
Brian Balaga will be on the broadcast. I believe John Anderson will also be on the broadcast. Jared Bush, I believe.
Wow, it's a fun program. So just tune in if you got the
If you're
opportunity.
a Packer fan, yeah, dial it up.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Even if you're
Solid
not,
Green Bay
even
to
if you're
me.
rooting for the Packers to lose to the Bears, you can still tune in and enjoy your conversation.
I would imagine they enjoy it less if they're not a Packer fan. But, Matt, what would be, and maybe Ryan can get it, you were trying with the Kool-Aid thing, you were close with it, but what would the drink I would be drinking while I root for my team to do well but not beat divisional opponents that would help the Packers? What drink would I be drinking?
Malort.
That's good. That's good. It's a fictional drink, like Kool-Aid. It even ends in aid.
Haterade.
There you go. That would be the drink.
Haterade.
That would be the drink. That would be the one. If you were going to troll me on it, I would be drinking Haterade.
Yeah. Well,
but again, let's be clear on it. I'm not going to be actively rooting. But if the Bears go out and play well and not crap down their leg lose, but if they go out and play well and they look – because also Minnesota and Detroit are great teams. So if the Bears go out and give them their A effort, both those games are on the road now, or one's at home, one's on the road. Like, if the Bears go out and look great and they lose to two teams who are going to be in the playoffs, but they look good, like that's not out of the realm to be positive, to feel positive about it.
Okay.
I don't want like a Hail Mary or the way they've lost. I don't want that. But I'm saying if they go out and look good, they hang into the fourth quarter, and the Lions and the Vikings pull away late, but the team looks good and put together, then I'm going to feel good about it. But I want them to beat the hell out of the 49ers. So if it comes
down to like that last second field goal like it did against the Packers, you're rooting for the make.
Yes.
Not the block.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But if they lose, I'm going to be like, all right. Like, I'm not going to carry I'm not going to carry it with me for the day.
Yeah, well, at least you're protecting your heart there.
Exactly. 844-770-3776. Protected heart can't lose. Isn't that how it goes?
I guess so.
That's what they say.
Doesn't feel like
Dame.
you could win either, though. So
844-770-3776 is how you get into the show. What we really wanted to ask, we're going to have a Goldilocks poll, which is the first time I've heard this. I guess I like it.
We've done this poll before. Maybe it's the first time we've referred to it as a Goldilocks poll.
So the line, because I like this Goldilocks poll more than I'm just going to call it other shows or other. I think it's ESPN Walk Twitter. You know what question I absolutely hate? It's the dumbest question out there.
Anything about the Packers winning a game?
No. Can the Packers win? If you're not a fan, if you say no, what kind of dumbass question is that? Can they win? It should be 100% yes.
Should be.
Like, even
but some people obviously even as writing in, I hope they look good, but I don't necessarily need them to win.
But that's not. But Matt, even as a downtrodden fan, I would say, the Bears could win.
Yeah.
Do I love their chances? No, but that's not the question. It is one of my pet peeve questions. Can your favorite team win? I hope to God you say, they can win.
Yeah.
Monkeys might fly out of my butt, more likely to happen than the team winning, but it doesn't matter. They still could win. Okay?
That's true.
So that question drives me insane. It really is just a lazy question.
So let's
it's
just
like,
be.
Hey,
we'll be better with our
bed.
Goldilocks.
I need to ask a question. No, I like the Goldilocks.
Yeah,
question.
we'll be better with it.
So our Goldilocks question is, the line according to ESPN Bet as of this minute is -3. So the Packers are getting 3 points.
Yep.
So the Lions.
The Lions are getting 3 points. This is basically a pick 'em.
They're giving. Packers are getting 3 points.
Packers are getting. Wait.
Yeah, they get 3.
Oh, yes. Gave 3 points
so
if they score
right
with
the first time.
You did.
Don't mess with me on this.
Look,
I'm not a bettor, so I say it, and then if someone corrects me.
They're 3-point underdogs.
Yes.
That's the best way to say it.
Perfect.
I thought I said it right the first
time. You did.
You did. All right. I was wrong. I'm sorry.
Ryan's still got a little cold brain going
I'm only upset
Very
because I don't bet regularly, and I don't use the lingo or listen to the betting show. So I was very insecure about how I said that, and then Ryan
just made you even more insecure.
Immediately I usually don't defer, but immediately he's like, "Hey, you're wrong." I'm like, "Okay, I don't know."
Yeah, no, you nailed it.
The line's 3-point dogs. Is that line just right, too high, or too low?
Too big or too small?
Too big or too small?
That's how you would say in betting terms. Yes, actually, that's how you would say it. Too big or too small? I know.
He's going to gloss over that he said it wrong again. He said Lions are 3-point dogs.
Look, I confused him. That's on me. But saying the Lions are dogs, I thought there was some good symmetry there.
The Packers are 3-point dogs.
Yes.
Is that line
too big?
Too big, or too small, or just right?
There you go.
All right. Big better here. 844-770-3776 is how you get into the show. And I would ask, I think the line, I see how they got it, because the Lions have not looked as good as the Packers have the last few games. And we don't know what the Bears are, so we don't know if the Bears are an up-and-coming team that really is that team that's better than their record looks like, and that was a good, hard-fought win for the Lions at home, or if that was they let a bad team hang around like the Packers have with the Bears and with the Jaguars. Or is it one of those things where the Lions were able to hold off an up-and-coming team? But the Packers, regardless of the opponents, San Francisco and Miami, the important part of those is that they played really well.
Yeah. And the Lions were 10-point favorites in that game.
Right, but the Bears, clearly, because they gave the Packers all they wanted to.
No, and that's what I'm saying. It's
what was the line for that one? 6.5, and the Bears were at home, I believe. That's basically.
Oh, totally.
For Thanksgiving?
I'm agreeing with you.
No, when the Bears played the Packers.
I'm just saying, up-and-coming team.
6.5.
Vegas wasn't banking on that, so
but
they might be.
Right. But
I'm agreeing with you.
They gave the last 3 teams in the division all they want. But I don't know the answer on it. My point is the Packers have beat teams that are not at full, like they're not good or whatever, but the thing is they've looked really good doing it, and that's the important part because for the line purposes, Packers look like they're rolling a little bit. And so you'd say the Packers are the team that's playing better football at this moment. It's not even a hot hand. It's just a matter of like confidence. And Matt, you understand that this team is feeling themselves.
Yeah.
And I think that's important. But I do think the Lions having only 1 loss this season and only being 3-point favorites at home is a tad disrespectful. I would make it 4. It's not a major.
You put it at 4?
Yeah, I just think they should get because 3 basically. If you're at home, you're going to get that. So this is essentially a pick 'em, and I feel like that's just a slightly disrespectful to Detroit by like a point.
I think it needs the hook. I think 3.5 makes it perfect.
That would be fine too. But I think 4 would have been fully respectful. 3.5 makes it a something that a little harder to bet.
Yeah, for sure. That hook is dangerous.
844-770-3776 is the line too high, just right, or too low. 844-770-3776. We'll talk about the staff. We'll talk about the quarterbacks. We'll talk about all that coming up. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented in part by J&K Security Solutions. Jeff over at J&K Security Solutions. It is a veteran-owned. It is a family-owned. It is a locally-owned business. So support J&K Security Solutions because they support the community, whether it's for commercial fire detection or security, or if it is for home protection, use our friends at J&K Security Solutions. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Pizza Hut's wings are the best thing to happen to pizza night since, well, pizza. Introducing Pizza Hut's new Big Boneless Wing Bundle. For only $15.99, enjoy 16 crispy boneless wings in 2 different flavors, 2 dipping sauces, and a double order of fries. The wings are sauced and tossed to perfection and available in 9 flavors like honey barbecue, garlic parmesan, and sweet chili. It's the perfect bundle for game days, girls' nights, family night, or any tailgate party. Order now on the Pizza Hut app or at pizzahut.com.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on Twitter for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. In 1995, Tito Beveridge built his very own distillery and put his life savings into it. Since then, he's won the unanimous Judge's Choice Double Gold Medal at the World Spirits Competition, the Chairman's Trophy for World's Best Vodka Tonic, and many others. Tito's Handmade Vodka is still made on the same land where he started it, all in Austin, Texas. Distilled from corn and gluten-free. Visit us at titosvodka.com for recipes, videos, and more. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion, or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
LabCorp Clinical Trials is changing to a new name, Fortrea. While the name may be different, Fortrea combines decades of great experience and professionalism with new opportunities for clinical trial participation. It's more than a mission and more than a new name. Fortrea is dedicated to moving healthcare forward. To learn more about the future of healthcare and upcoming clinical trials, visit us at FortreaClinicalTrials.com. That's FORTREA clinicaltrials.com.
Kyle Walls here from ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Brust and Norman, and you know I'm watching every snap this football season with the Underdog Fantasy Sports app in hand. With over 5 million people playing and $2 billion won, Underdog makes it fun and easy to cash in. Make a play with just $1 or go big. Play their pick'em game, and you could win up to 1,000 times your money. Underdog has all your favorite leagues, teams, and stars to choose from. You make picks for a pick'em entry and choose if players will go higher or lower when it comes to their stats. Maybe it's Jordan Love higher than 250 passing yards, or even Travis Kelce under 1.5 touchdowns. You can even win when you lose with Underdog's double flex option. Just head over to Underdog's simple-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com, sign up using promo code KBN, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code KBN, and join me and millions of others and win big. Must be 18 plus and present in state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concern with your play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit ncpgambling.org.
When severe weather hits and the power goes out, do you have a plan? For reliable power and peace of mind, propane can do that. It only takes about 10 seconds for a propane-powered generator to restore power to your home. So no matter what Mother Nature has in store, you know you're prepared. Learn more at WIPGA.org. This message is sponsored by your local propane provider and the Wisconsin Propane Education and Research Council.
Tune in to Jim, Matt, and Molly every Friday for Fish Friday. Brought to you by Off-Broadway Draft House, Madison's favorite spot for a Friday fish fry.
No sleep till!
ESPN Madison's Instagram had something, kind of a Spotify rap, but for ESPN Madison. I want to get to that in a second. We also are, live from the Everlight Solar Studio. 844-770-3776 is how you get into the show. He's Matt Hamilton. I am Jim Rutledge.
Hello.
We are going to be joined in a little bit by Evan Cohen. That's next segment. We're also going to be joined by Molly Brown, fresh off of having 2 babies, 1 boy, 1 girl. So I think we'll get the name reveals for the children during the show today. I guess I don't know that for sure, but she's talked about their other kids' names. So I
don't know middle names either.
Oh,
right?
maybe it's
it might be
Matt.
James and Maddie.
Yeah, there you go.
Could it be James and Matthew?
Well,
one of them's a girl, so that would be a tough middle name.
You could do
for
Jamie.
Or Jamie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We could do Ryan.
No,
R-Y-E-N.
I wouldn't.
No.
R-Y-E-N. I don't like that version of Ryan. Whether
it's going to be
male or
awkward if
female.
that's it. It's going to be super awkward.
I don't think. I think it'd be more awkward if you
clip
did
yourself. I want to make you clip yourself if that's the actual.
I'd be more than happy
that would be great. Right, play that back.
Every time she references her children. I don't like the name Ryan. 844-770-3776, how you get into the show. Daniel Landscaper chiming in. I guess anyone else tuning in. No, we didn't move again. We are on 12 to 2 today because Green Bay game day is coming up at some point. Is KBN next?
KBN will be after us from 2 to 4, and then Green Bay game day starts 4 and then runs till 6:30, and then 6:30 is pregame for Badgers volleyball coverage as they take on Fairfield in the NCAA tournament.
That is exciting. I'm excited for that.
Yes.
If you want Packer fan service, starts at 2 o'clock here. 844-770-3776 is how you get into the show. Matt, you didn't really flinch at that.
Yeah.
Well,
nothing phases me anymore, Jim. I used to have emotion, but after doing a show with you as long as I have now, it's nothing phases me.
And
I went out. So I went out in our bullpen. We got another Bears fan. Out there, and I was like, "Hey, Chop, do you want the Bears to beat the Lions and the Vikings this year?" And I said yes. And I was like, "Oh, that's interesting because Jim doesn't want them to win. He just wants them to play well and lose."
No.
And then
you're misrepresenting it.
And then he goes, "I want the Bears to win every time they take the field." I'm like, that's a true fan right there.
No, I'm a smart fan. And again,
you're playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers.
Always. Now, here's the other part of it, Matt, though. You are misrepresenting me.
Always say people are misrepresenting you. Anytime anyone quotes Jim Rutledge, misrepresent
because you guys, your ears are full of cheese, and you can't hear me.
You just want the team to have fun and play good.
No.
You don't care about the outcome.
Absolutely.
Is that not what you said?
Right, but you said I want them to lose.
I said you want them to play good.
Right,
but lose because then it would help.
No, but again, that's not what I said.
The Packers.
I would say I am indifferent to them winning or losing in those games. Like, I'm not going to be mad if they lose. I'm not going to be mad if they win or lose.
These little caveats.
Yes,
okay,
I'm not going to be mad if they win or lose in that game.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
I think that's pretty normal. 844-770-3776. And I think if you're in the reverse, and you will be at some point, whether it's a Brewers fan or a Bucks fan or a Badger fan or a Packers fan, you're in the reverse. You're going to not want your team to help your rival do better. I mean, that's just facts. Like, that's just how it goes, especially when your team has nothing to play for. It is completely different if the Bears had anything to play for.
I don't know, man.
I
think it might be a
my
my team takes the field, I want them to win.
That's so weird.
That's just like that's how fans.
When the game doesn't mean anything.
Work.
When the game has no meaning.
When the game has no meaning, you still want a win. Why? Like, loses,
what do I care?
Because loses are still crappy. Still don't
I don't
them.
play on the team.
I know, but I'm a fan of the team. That means when they do well, my mood is better. When they do worse, my mood is worse. Period.
I am disappointed in the season. I've mourned the season. It's already dead to me.
It just doesn't. I don't know.
The season has been disappointing. The season's dead to me. I've moved on. So that's it. Like I'm in my grieving stage, whatever stage that is. I've moved on. The season's done. I'm disappointed in the season. I'm still optimistic. I think Caleb is really showing that he is something.
No, I get it.
But I am disappointed in the season. But the season is dead to me. Now, that being said, we're still going to have it on. My daughter's having her birthday party, and we'll still have it on.
Why would you want to have such bad vibes during a birthday party?
I mean, we'll have records playing, and we'll all be talking. But my dad's a diehard. He will be living and dying with every play.
Has he had the funeral for the Bears yet?
No. I mean, probably no. He is. My dad is like he's like Matt, except like
they gotta win.
Except I don't know how Matt. I actually
brown.
have no idea how Matt is during the game because my dad will be upset. He'll be mad. Like if things go well, he'll be very obviously happy. If things go bad, he will be upset. Like it is going to be the whole roller coaster. Yeah.
I
rode the wave
doll as a kid. You ever heard of those?
Say that again.
It's called a dang it doll. Well, not really. That was what I had to call it because I was a kid and I wasn't allowed to swear at home. Right. But it was like a doll that was made out of like a Packers cloth or whatever. And the thing was, if they did something bad or wrong and you threw it at the TV or threw it at the ground or hit the coffee table or something, if it broke, it was supposed to be good luck. They would come back and play better. So it was like for frustration. Like they're losing, you throw it at the TV. It's just like this.
This sounds like it was made in the era of when like doctors would still tell pregnant women like smoke a cigarette, that'll help your pregnancy. It'll help with like the birth.
It's also an era where TVs were built tough.
Yeah,
right?
True,
exactly.
True.
They can handle a little foam.
cinder blocks.
Yeah. When
I can't be the only person that's ever heard of or seen or owned a dang it doll. Come on, like they sold it.
Right.
It was a thing.
844-770-3776. Have you ever heard of a dang it doll? Or maybe the more adult version of it? I've never heard of that. Usually, like with the kids around or like when like the Bears play late at night, let's say like they play Monday Night Football and the kids go to sleep, my wife goes up. So then if I do have an emotion, I just yell into a pillow. It doesn't happen much anymore. But like,
wouldn't it be nicer if you could like throw something that you knew wasn't going to hurt anything?
We don't throw anything.
Because it's
like,
silent.
You don't throw things. Like it's not.
That's the age of like 12.
12 is late to throw.
Yeah, that's true.
If Rosie throws something, she's getting in a lot of trouble. You don't throw things. You don't slam doors. I'll tell you that right now. You slam a door, you're gonna get the wrath, which means I'm gonna be mad.
Right.
But I'm gonna be very mad. That gets my goat.
Like this thing could not break anything.
What's that?
It couldn't break a
But you
thing.
still don't throw things. Like you teach your kids that, you can't unteach them that later on. Then do you throw things now?
If I had one of these, I would. I don't throw like things.
Like, do you spike things? Like a pillow? Would you spike a pillow if the things didn't go well?
Oh, maybe.
Because here's the trade-off, and here's the other part of it.
Yeah,
and
I think
I
so.
would imagine this is part of my fandom, is that I work in media. When I'm watching any game, whether it's my team or any game, whether it's the Packers or anything else, I'm always watching it from an angle. Like, what is the micro and macro effects of this game? Like, that's how I consume the game. I see what you have there.
It looks like a voodoo doll.
It does, and we can send it to Ryan so he can put it up on the YouTube stream here. And
fortunately, it pops up right away, so I know I'm not crazy. It's like the first thing when you're like, "Dang it, doll!" Like it pops right up. It's the right thing.
It is funny to me how triggered Packer fans are that I'm not mad anymore. Like Daniel Landscaper says, I'm a fair weather fan. Daniel Plover, typical Bears fan. You're right, because typically we don't.
You have to guard your heart,
but it's over. And so, but here's the other part of it where I might be different. Is
you got the Chiefs.
Well, no. I'm wearing a Chiefs hats just to troll today. But,
okay, Chiefs win. You're nailing it.
Yes. But I would say that the other side of this is that when I watch games in press boxes, when I covered the Packers for multiple years, you sit there and you're quiet. When I went to see Bear-Packer games, sit there and you're quiet. When I've covered other teams, so like it is different for me to watch these games. I don't watch them the same way, unfortunately. I'm not Jason Wilde saying I'm not a fan, but it is different for me. I'm watching everything for an angle. So when I look at it analytically, there is literally nothing positive, whether it's for my life or for the team, if they win. If they play well and lose, that is the best case scenario.
No, Jim.
So like that's how I look at it. I'm just looking at it analytically.
I'm still within my right to say I disagree with you, but I understand where your head's at.
Right. I don't mind you disagreeing with me, and I don't mind getting people getting their feels on me.
Continue to troll you about it.
But what I will stand firm on is that I am honestly, I've said this before. Bears fan, I am more of a fan of my team than any of you guys are because I have to live here and stand up for my team every day.
I promise if I moved to Chicago, I would still be a Packer fan.
Right, but you're not doing it currently. You do not have the battle scars of having to do this every day.
Because I don't want to live in Chicago.
Illinois, you can live in Illinois.
If I was going to live anywhere in Illinois, it'd be Chicago, and I don't want to live in Chicago.
You can live in the burbs.
I don't know. Yeah, let's get to a break.
Would you rather live in Chicago or Green Bay, Matt Hamilton?
Where?
Chicago or Green Bay?
Probably Green Bay.
You're lying. There's nothing to do in Green Bay. You'd be bored so quickly.
They have a curling club. Chicago's curling club is tough to get to.
Well, okay, for your curling life, I'll give you that. 844-770-3776. Matt, tell us about Revive Restoration.
Well, Revive Restoration, they're quick, they're efficient, they're detail-oriented, getting your life back on track again. Accidents happen. We hope they don't, but they're inevitable, just like life is inevitable. So don't worry about what you're going to do if you do have that accident, because Revive can get you back to square one, whether that's fire remediation, smoke, water, maybe it's asbestos removal or mold remediation. Revive Restoration has your back. And if you go to revivepros.com, they got the 24-hour hotline where they can service your needs quickly. So fast. My friend had a flooded basement on a Sunday. They were ready to rebuild again on Tuesday that very same week, and they can do the same for you. That's revivepros.com for the 24/7 emergency line, or you can call Revive Restoration and tell them Jim, Matt, and Molly sent you.
Evan Cohen's up next.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
There's always pressure. You got to find ways to deal with that pressure and handle it as best you can to be the best.
This is your green and gold fix on 100.5 ESPN.
Obviously, there's going to be things that turn up along the way. You got to be able to adjust.
This green and gold fix is driven by Metro Ford.
Game day for the Green Bay Packers as they look to avenge a loss earlier in the season to the Detroit Lions. The Packers 9-3 on the year visit the NFC and NFC North leading Lions at 11-1. With a win, Green Bay would pull just one game within Detroit for the NFC North lead and keep their hopes alive to win the division. The Packers will be without cornerback Jair Alexander for the third straight game and wide receiver Romeo Doubs, who were both officially ruled out on Wednesday. It's Packers-Lions, 7:15 on Amazon Prime. The Lions, 3-point favorites. I'm Alex Strope.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
Seems like gift season kind of snuck up on us, but Fleet Farm's ready to help. For the griller on your list, the Pit Boss Sportsman 500 pellet grill is now $249.99. For the pizza lover, the Biaggia pizza oven is just $79.99. Plus, Milwaukee deal days are happening all week long. So save on the hottest Milwaukee tools, like the M12 2-tool combo kit for just $99. Stop in soon and wrap up your gift list at Fleet Farm, home of the best prices, guaranteed.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. One call, that's all.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
ESPN Madison is on Wisconsin Sports. Join the Badgers conversation with ESPN Madison on YouTube. Tune into the Jump Around with Jim Rutledge, streaming live every Thursday at 12:30. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison and Simden Chevrolet of Mount Horeb.
I be spiked out, I could trip a referee. Tell by my attitude that I most definitely from.
That music means we are now joined by Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike. You can hear that 5 to 9 here on ESPN Madison. I'm Jim Rutledge. He is Matt Hamilton. Molly Brown is joining the show for hour number 2 for the first segment. It'll be her first appearance on the show, Evan, since Molly has given birth to a baby girl and baby boy. They both are healthy. And the question is, Evan, that we want to know in 2025, because Molly will be on maternity leave here, and she'll be out, I would imagine, until probably March. The question is, and I'll ask you, Evan, do you think it's more likely that Molly Brown misses more time on maternity leave, or Matt Hamilton misses time on maternity leave?
It's not even a debate.
I know.
A debate.
It's Molly, right?
Molly's already back today. Yeah, right, Matt. Molly's already back today. Matt wants credit. I saw the video the other day. He wants credit for doing 3 shows because he did one video with Pablo with the big Badger hat. It's like, all right, well, you know what? That counts as like 4 shows for Hamilton. Not even close. Molly, okay, how about this? Wait, are you saying in general for the year or while she's on maternity leave who has more shows?
Oh, geez. I said for the year, but
it should be
it's kind of during maternity leave. Yeah.
Okay, here's the question. Here's the question in return. During the time that Molly is on maternity leave, right, which I know the station will not be asking her to do this. Right. She will choose to do this. But during the time that Molly is on maternity leave, who will make more appearances on air or digitally, social, whatever it is, Molly or Matt? Just during the time she's on maternity leave.
That's tough.
For sure, me.
Matt's got a pretty open December. But I will say this, Molly, I had to already tell Molly to stop emailing me. She emailed me the Sunday after she gave birth on Saturday about something. I said, please don't email me again.
Yeah.
So
You're cut off.
Yes. But that's a tougher one, Matt.
It's me.
It's you.
I'm going to beat Molly at least during her maternity leave, for sure.
Do you want to ask Evan the question you've been asking the fans and misrepresent me, or should I ask Evan the question about my fandom?
Oh, I'm going to, because
so
I'm going to misrepresent you, for sure.
Yes.
So, Evan.
Yeah, good.
We were talking a little bit yesterday about what is like the de facto NFC North championship game. Is it this week? Is it Lions versus Vikings? Or is it Bears, Vikings, yada, yada?
Not Bears, Vikings.
Not Bears, Vikings. Anyway, what it came down to is we started talking about like games that all these teams have left. And the Bears have both the Vikings and the Lions. And I asked Jim straight up, do you want the Bears to win those games? And he goes, well, no, because it would help the Packers. essentially. And now he has caveats on it, and this is where he's going to say I'm misrepresenting
well, I'm not rooting
him.
against them.
He's just he would say
I've mourned
that
the season.
It is better for the Bears if they don't win those games. And I said,
no,
you're more of an anti-Packer fan than you are a Bear fan. Is that fair?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Thank
Jim.
Go ahead and defend yourself.
Because here's the thing. All fans do this. You're not going to be rooting for the Packers to help the Bears if that ever switches, or the Brewers to help the Cubs if that ever switches, or the I don't, you know.
I want my team to win every time they take
even
the
when
field.
they're eliminated. The Bears
even
aren't
when
going to
they're
do
eliminated.
anything. The Bears have nothing to play for outside of Caleb Williams looking good. So if the Bears lose all their games, specifically against the division opponent Minnesota and Detroit, if they lose those games by field goal, not like in an incompetent way, but they just lose it and Caleb looks good, I'm happy.
Jim.
Yeah.
Jim, hold on a second. I think we have to point something out. I think Matt Hamilton is way more representative. I'm saying that the sports fan version of you, Matt, not like the Olympic version of you, because that's not as relatable, obviously. You're an Olympian. But the sports fan version of Matt is way more relatable than the sports fan version of Jim Rutledge or me. And here's why. Matt has the blind faith of, I'm going to root for you if you're wearing my jersey. If you ever wore my jersey, I'm probably still going to root for you after that because I'm appreciative of you wearing the jersey, and I'm always going to root for my team. Whereas I do believe you're a bigger anti-Packer guy than pro-Bear guy, Jim. I think the way you're looking at it is like, could they get Travis Hunter from Colorado? Is there draft positioning? Are they better off? Like, you're looking at it from a radio host perspective.
And I
think
say
Hamilton
that, yes.
looked at – no, I think Matt looked at it as average, everyday person – driving on the Beltline thinks like Matt because they're not a radio host. Kind of like Matt, actually. Not a radio
exactly.
host.
That's Matt's whole charm.
Yeah. Now, I think everybody would like Matt to not be a radio host while being on the radio more, but nonetheless. And I think that's the separation, Jim, in this. You're thinking like a radio host, which means a hardcore radio and sports person. Matt's thinking like somebody that has a job doing something else that also likes sports.
I think that's
true.
Yeah, and I did actually kind of I said that maybe I'm different in it, but I do think that there is. And again, I'm not rooting against my team, but like when Caleb looked good, the Detroit game on Thanksgiving was perfect. My father-in-law and everyone at the game was rooting for the Bears, and then Caleb looked really good, led a great second half, got the team in position. Eberflus looked like an idiot, got fired, and then former Badger running backs coach Thomas Brown is promoted, and we get to see what he is. So, like, for me, that was the perfect game. If every game goes like that without maybe being a national embarrassment, I would be fine. But it is definitely a radio guy thing for me, too.
Jim.
Yeah.
Do you just talk to yourself on this show? Because, like, does anyone else even remotely care about the stuff you care about on this show?
Matt was very upset.
I was very upset that he had this logic, too. Like, Evan, I'm glad you're here because you can.
I'm sorry. Wait, Matt. I'm saying the audience. Like, why would the audience care about your Caleb breakdown when all they care about is the Packers-Lions game tonight?
Well, that's why we had to tie it back into the Packers, and he asked
Again,
me
I would use Matt as the example. Matt is the audience, and Matt and the audience is very mad at me right now. So,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you're borderline, for such an unselfish guy, you're borderline selfish with this show, I've realized. I would like to do a psychoanalysis of this, if I may.
Yes.
Okay. You're desperately trying to find your platform to talk about the Bears, and yet you don't want to move to Chicago because you live in one of the greatest towns in the world in Madison, Wisconsin, where I went to school.
Sure.
So you're just saying, hey, I'm just going to take the airtime that somebody's giving me for some asinine reason, and I'm just going to do my ESPN Chicago show on ESPN Madison. What about doing the ESPN Madison show on ESPN Madison? Just a thought.
Okay, that's fair. So I have a Badger question for you, because this is. It was signing day yesterday. The Badgers don't have an offensive coordinator. The team is is in unrest. Barry Alvarez is unhappy. You heard that on Great Dane Huddle. You, as an alum here, and I've talked to plenty of former players, Melvin Gordon, Soup Campbell, Chris Orr, you can see all that, Wisconsin On Demand, Apple, Spotify, those great places. None of them are happy. What about you, Evan?
Right.
What's your thought of the program right now?
Okay, well, kudos to you on one thing. I did not know that Thomas Brown was a Badger running backs coach. Look at me bringing up the Bears. So I am not thrilled, but I understand the method to the madness that got me not thrilled. Let me explain.
Okay.
When I was in school from 98 to 02, I get to school, the first 2 years I'm there, 2 Rose Bowls in a row and a Final Four. Ridiculous. Maybe the greatest 2-year stretch in the history of Wisconsin athletics, arguably. Okay? And after the Badgers got to 2 Rose Bowls, I think a lot of people, probably you included, Jim and Matt, we probably got to the point of like, hey, this is really cool. Like, can we try to do more now? Like, this is awesome. Like, can we try to like maybe win a title? Is that nuts to say? And so we have this mindset of like, why can't we focus on winning a title and not, quote unquote, just the Big Ten? And what retroactively we all should have realized is Barry Alvarez knows a lot more than we do. And the reason I say that is he never was thinking national title. He was just thinking Big Ten, probably because he knew that was not a logical goal. I believe Chris McIntosh, who was on those teams that I was watching my first 2 years, probably had a similar thought of like, hey, if we just had one more guy here, one more guy there, we could maybe win it all. So he brings in a coach in Luke Fickell who wants to win it all. And winning it all in a 12-team playoff world does not necessarily mean winning the Big Ten. You probably don't have to do that necessarily to win it all. And I think a lot of the moves that have been made are to try to win it all. And I think what Coach Fickell needs to probably try to do is win the Big Ten. Yeah. And then maybe you actually have a chance to win it all. But I think we had these grand aspirations to win it all, when maybe we should just focus on what Barry wanted us to focus on, which is just winning the Big Ten. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, to me, it seems like you're kind of trying to skip a step, trying to just win it all and not win the Big Ten first. Like, that should be the goal, because it sets you up.
Correct. And when I say winning the Big Ten, I mean literally and figuratively. The literal of winning the Big Ten. But when you think of old school Big Ten football, right? Jim and I are basically the same age. I don't know how old you are, Matt. I'm going to guess general vicinity to what Jim and I are. Probably younger. But
probably right.
When I say winning the Big Ten, big, beefy offensive linemen and a running game. That's winning the Big Ten. And I think we just got to get back to that a little bit. That doesn't mean Coach Fickell can't be here. Like, I'm not running the guy out. I think that conversation is ridiculous. I just think we need to alter goals and aspirations a little bit.
I'm totally with you, Evan. But Jim was just trying to buy a little time. We're here to talk Packers. I want to know. We're asking the question. We're asking the question. There was
actually no point of me answering that question. It was Jim buying time.
Yeah, that was Jim.
I want to know his thoughts on the Badgers.
Oh, go ahead and respond to him. Tell him how great it was, and then we can move on to Packers.
No,
I know you don't want to.
I pointed to your hat and said, ask a Packers question.
See,
so go
even
ahead.
Jim was ready for that question to be done.
He did a good job answering it.
He did a great job answering it. Why did you give him a softball?
He doesn't need a pat on the back. He's not you. Like, who's a good co-host?
Everybody likes a pat on the back, Jim, just like everybody likes to get a win. Evan, the line is -3. Lions are favorited. Is that too big, too small, or just right? Our Goldilocks question for the day.
I think it's just right, but I'm telling you right now, I'm picking the Packers to win tonight. I think the Green Bay Packers are going to win tonight. What I don't understand, though, is why people are spinning it as if the Lions lose tonight, they couldn't still win on the road if they had to go on the road and play. Like, I don't get that exactly. Listen, obviously both teams are going to try to win tonight. It's an awesome game. I don't get if the Packers win tonight and they have home field, that's it. It could be over. They're going to the Super Bowl. Like, really? You don't look at – don't get me wrong. They may win tonight and they may go to the Super Bowl. I just don't know that they're going to go to the Super Bowl because the Lions may have to hypothetically play a road game. We don't look at this Lions team and think they're built for the cold. They're as much built for the cold as the Packers are. The Packers just play in the cold. The Lions are massive offensive linemen and running game. Isn't that exactly what playing cold weather football actually is?
100%.
And they live in the cold. It's not like the Dolphins coming up where they haven't seen this weather. Like They have to go to work every day in it.
I mean, and that, by the way, that may sound stupid. I think you're right about that because it changes mindset a lot, right? It kind of screws you up a little bit. Jim, you and I lived at the same time, worked at the same station in Florida. Like, you drive in and it's 80 degrees, your mood is different than the one day it's 60 and we have to wear a sweatshirt and like, oh, this sucks. But it's 60, right? Like, I think you're right about that. Even if the Lions play indoors, they're still freezing their butts off shoveling snow to get to work.
Yeah, Matt, we've talked about this before with like the Dolphins. Like the Packers would have beaten the Dolphins regardless. I thought it was a butt kicking because the Dolphins, as soon as I saw them like with coats on and McDaniel's hands shaking, I was like, they're done. Yeah. Like the weather made it a blowout. The Packers would have won regardless. And every once in a while, you can see a team come to Lambeau, and if they are not trying to embrace the weather, it's a hard time picking them.
Yeah.
The Lions are not going to be that
Let me
team.
ask you guys a question on this. Yeah. So obviously winning tonight is massive, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, if the Packers win the division and the Lions don't, are we writing off the Lions?
No.
I would say only.
Right,
well, I would say it depends because that means they had to lose a couple more games.
Well, they got
and then
the
the
Bills
Packers
next,
went out.
so they really only have to lose one more.
What's that?
Well, the Bills are next, and that's like if they lose, it's like it's not really a knock on how good
But then
of a
it gets
team
down to
you are.
tiebreakers,
But
and-
then there's one more game that they might have to lose that might be bad. But it's
But then if they lose all those games and don't win the division, then I'm worried about the team in general. This game wouldn't make me write them off, but if they don't win the division, I might write them off because that means they stumble down the stretch.
Matt just said something, but Jim, Matt just said something very interesting. Like, and Matt, I kind of tend to agree with you. Even if the Lions lose back-to-back weeks to the Packers and the Bills, that doesn't make them not contenders.
Right.
Right? It's like the Packers have lost, correct me if I'm wrong, the 3 games are to what? The Lions, the Eagles, and the Vikings?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. That doesn't make them not contenders. That just makes them losing against good teams that they're going to have to ultimately beat.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that makes them not contenders. Like, I look at this, and I'm probably shortchanging Minnesota. There's a clear cut, in my mind, big 3 in the NFC of the 2 teams playing tonight in Philadelphia. Like, not a bold statement at all, but that's the big 3. And I think those are the teams you got to look at. I'd be surprised at this point if we had any other team but one of those 3 in the Super Bowl from the NFC.
I don't blame you one little bit for writing off the Vikings either. Jim has been kind of like.
I'm just saying you're writing off the
getting on
Vikings
me
because
about
you're
it.
a hater.
No,
you
I'm
hate
writing
the
off the
Vikings more than
Vikings
anything.
because I just don't think
Like
they're as
Sam-
good as their schedule is showing.
But the Packers have not beaten a team that's currently in the playoffs. So you could spin it the same way against Green Bay, but you wouldn't do that.
I couldn't.
And I'm
do
not
that.
saying that. I do agree with Evan that Green Bay is in that conversation, but because Green Bay's in it and Philadelphia's in it, the teams that beat their ass
So
should
you're not
also be
going
in
to
it
jump
too.
on him for writing off Philly, or writing off.
No,
Minnesota?
I'm saying
You
that
just
I would
said
add
it.
I would add Minnesota to the group because they've beaten the Packers. Now at the end of the year,
By the way, that's fair. Jim, Matt, that's fair. Right? Like, if you want to put a big 4, I'm fine with that. I'm not writing off Minnesota as much as I'm saying it still feels a little weird to me to group them with the other 2. But yeah, I'm fine with that. Like, that's totally cool.
O'Connell
Big
could be
4 in the
special.
NFC.
O'Connell could be special. He could be like Shanahan, and we know that Packers can't beat him. So I mean, who knows? He's a disciple. So like in the playoffs, when the playoffs start, it doesn't happen. So Evan, we got your prediction. Thanks so much for hopping on.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, James, this is great. Great.
Hey,
Like,
great
let's do
Badger
a-
response too, by the way, Evan. That was fantastic.
Yeah, you seemed really into that, Matt. You couldn't be more into it.
So
Bye, guys.
So yeah, that's Evan Cohen on Sportsmanlike 5 to 9 here on ESPN Madison. We were going to give away a case of High Life right now.
There we are.
All
It's
right.
a High Life Thursday.
What number?
Let's go caller number 3. Line is 3 points.
Caller number 3, 844-770-3776. Caller number 3 wins a case of High Life. 844-770-3776. Caller number 3 wins a case of High Life. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly.
You're listening live from St. John's, Newfoundland. The Newfies love Jim, Matt, and Molly. 100.5 ESPN Madison.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by The Jump Around. Don't miss new episodes of this exclusive digital show talking all things Wisconsin sports, premiering every Thursday at 12:30, streaming live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Lamar Campbell joining The Jump Around with Jim Rutledge, the former Badger touching on recruiting the next wave of Badgers. Soup's thoughts on how to do that while upholding Wisconsin's values.
We can be progressive, we can recruit, we can do things differently, but a tradition of tough, smart, dependable, great defense, great offensive linemen, running back, serviceable quarterback. We've been able to find stars at the skill positions by focusing on, basically who we are. And I know we kick off, August 30th, 2025, but in my mind, and a lot of the alumni mind, kickoff starts now.
If you're not getting windows from Santa, get as low as $19 per window and $81 per patio door per month. HellaWI.com.
My fiance wanted to incorporate me in the process of picking out my engagement ring. And we went to Chalmers, and that was the first place that we went to look for rings.
The staff educated us right away, and we felt very comfortable, and I learned a lot about diamonds.
Chalmers did a great job explaining the process to us, the type of grade of the diamond.
Just from the second you walk in, I mean, there's somebody who's taking you over, showing you exactly what you want in your price range.
I think that my ring is the most beautiful ring I've ever seen, thanks to Chalmers Jewelers.
Are you looking for the perfect gift this holiday season? Hi, I'm Devin Chalmers.
And I'm Garrett Chalmers. For 32 years, Chalmers Jewelers has helped to keep Madison sparkling. We can help you with your shopping list. Consider layered necklaces and bracelets, mixed metal stacks, and bold combinations.
Solid gold chains and vibrant gemstone jewelry. Plus 12 months interest-free financing.
Visit either of our 2 locations.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Gosh, he's good.
I know.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semrau with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Peyton Flowers from DeForest High School. Welcome, Peyton.
Hello.
You're state champion in swimming. Your last meet as a senior, you get to be on top of the podium twice.
Yeah, I mean, it obviously felt amazing. I've worked really hard to get here. I've never won anything at state before, so it's something I've been working towards my whole life.
When's the first time you swam competitively? You remember when you started?
I've been swimming for about a decade. My mom tells me that I was afraid of the water when I started.
So you've come a long way.
Yeah.
When you look back in your time at the school, what do you remember most about being a North?
Obviously swimming. I had a really special team. I think there's a lot of support and love that I experienced on this team, and I don't think I'll ever forget that.
You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. Jim Rutledge here. What is a better buying experience? Well, that's the thing. You get to define it. It is the experience that is customized to you. What experience do you want at a car dealership? They can be your trusted friend or your trusted expert. So if you're in the market for a new or new-to-you Silverado, Colorado, Blazer, Trailblazer, remember, you're only minutes away from a better buying experience. And that's at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
Searching for the perfect brunch spot this weekend? Look no further than the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company. Every Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., indulge in the Great Dane sweet and savory brunch menu paired with mimosas, Bloody Marys, or one of their signature beers on tap. Enjoy at any of their 4 Madison area pubs, downtown, Hilldale, Fitchburg, or East Madison. Learn more and view the full menu at greatdanepub.com/brunch. Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's original brew pub since 1994.
The High Life Dive Bar of the Week on Jim, Matt, and Molly is brought to you by Miller High Life. Celebrate local dives with the champagne of beers. Miller High Life.
I'm not going to do it, Matt Hamilton. This is Jim.
Set me up for my dumb joke.
I won't do it. You can't make me do it, Matt Hamilton. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Molly Brown's going to join the show here a little bit after the break here. He's Matt Hamilton. I'm Jim Rutledge. Prime time Roller Shine behind the glass. Before we get to what time that we're on, the High Life Bar of the Week, where you can get $2 High Life or $2 High Life Light Taps, is Chief's Tavern on Cottage Grove Road. That is a spot. It is a snug bar. 15 great beers on tap. High Life being the most important. Obviously, Coors Light on tap there as well. Pool, darts, live music, burgers, Rubens, BLT. Rubens have really kind of become a Wisconsin dive bar staple. Like, a lot of the dive bars make a really good Reuben. Like, obviously the burgers and everything, but
it's an important sandwich to have at your dive bar.
I agree. So I don't know if I've just started to like Reubens more. It's still a life choice. Like, what am I doing the rest of the day to eat a Reuben, no matter where I'm eating it? But like, if I'm going there to watch a game, get a Reuben and a High Life, It's a
tough to beat.
You can do a light. You can do a High Life light to lighten up.
Exactly. Balances out.
Over at Chiefs Tavern, get $2 High Life and High Life lights. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light, and we are on at a special time because KBN will be on at 2, and then at 4 o'clock it'll be Green Bay game day, leading you into the start of the Packers game. But then we have Badger volleyball on the station as Badger's going to kick the crap out of Fordham.
Fairfield.
Same difference. And they're going to win, and then they'll play tomorrow, and you'll be able to listen to that game as well.
So are you saying that this is Jim, Matt, and Molly matinee episode?
I'm not going to dignify that.
Come on. Come on, Jim. That's clever.
What are we doing? Thumbs. You're like, in honor of Gladiator 2, I'm going to put you in the Joaquin Phoenix role. What are we doing?
I currently have my thumb in a neutral position right now, and as I stare directly into Matt's eyes, it's going directly down.
You guys just don't enjoy.
You could have seen that drama on
joke.
ESPN Madison's YouTube page. We enjoy a good dad joke.
That is
that
a good dad joke.
I mean, shouldn't
a
it
good
be like
dad joke is one that you kind of have a dumb chuckle because you're like, that was dumb, and you roll your eyes.
Shouldn't
I'm
have
not
been
trying to get
But
a
they're
laugh.
natural. You came in here and said, set me up.
Yeah.
Well, I would have found a way to get there anyway. I just wanted.
Come on, coach, call the play.
Setup.
Call the play,
exactly.
coach.
Right.
You're the quarterback.
Like Fonzie the Bear
I'm
here.
seeing
Waka,
an
waka.
opening here. Like, hit me on the streak
It
route.
would have been intercepted because you're just standing here. Throw me the ball. Throw me the ball.
Brutal.
Yes. At Jim, Matt, and Molly is how you can get into the show on Twitter as well. And speaking of Molly Brown, we're going to hear from her next.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Free Food Friday on ESPN Madison is brought to you by Pizza Hut. Want your own Free Food Friday from the Hut? Tune into Wilde and Tausch this Friday from 9 a.m. to noon for a chance to win 2 free large pizzas and 2 free orders of wings at select Pizza Hut locations. Perfect for a speedy lunch, a relaxing dinner, or anytime you're on the go. Head to pizzahut.com. That's pizzahut.com or the select Pizza Hut locations to enjoy your own Free Food Friday. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hi, this is former Badger Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison. Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. And this is Jim, Matt, and Molly taking you into the Packers game tonight from noon to 2 as we lead you into Kyle Brust and Norman running from 2 to 4. And then Green Bay game day starting 4 p.m. running until 6:30 p.m. That leads you up to the Packers game against the Lions on Thursday Night Football. 7:15 p.m. kickoff as the Packers are currently 3-point road underdogs against the Lions. Lions still at the top of the NFC North at 11-1 on the season. Packers are going to keep their division championship hopes alive tonight, though you can also catch Wisconsin Badgers volleyball as they are the 2 seed in the first round of the NCAA tournament. They take on Fairfield, hosting them tonight from the UW Fieldhouse. Badgers will play the winner of Georgia Tech versus Tennessee, which is also leading up to that game for the Badgers volleyball team. You can also catch that game and pregame coverage starting at 6:30 right here on 100.5 ESPN. And stay tuned for the second hour of Jim, Matt, and Molly Brown coming up next.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's
let
going
me
to
get
swing
this
on
right.
Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
We're learning a lot about each other.
See, we've talked about it. My husband is a Minnesota Viking, which means he's a troll.
Your husband signed off on this as a Vikings fan?
Do you think I take my husband's feelings into consideration about this stuff? No.
Maybe he wants him to be a Vikings fan.
I don't know, but basically we rode up to the Viking game last year, got sick.
Can't you just say healthiest? Why do you have to use the double negative and confuse a guy like me? Because now I had to click and see which one was it what it was. And I figured it out, but I hated it.
Which one, what it was?
Clickbait. Clickbait, Ryan.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
She's not alongside us, but if you are capable, get on the YouTube stream and you can see Molly Brown, and she's got a prop, Matt Hamilton. She's got a baby with her. Molly Brown, welcome back to the show, and congratulations. You don't even look like you had babies.
Oh, well,
ready to
you.
go.
I am ready to go.
And
I'm ready to join the 2-hour show today.
There you go. More than Matt Hamilton. Evan Cohen asked the question. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented, and I'm going to give Molly the honors here. We are presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light. Is that appropriate as I'm holding a child?
Yeah.
You're in Wisconsin.
You're not actually crushing a Coors Light.
Yeah.
And my mom did it back in '89, so there's no reason you can't do it now.
That explains so much.
She was actually crushing Coors Light. So
on my head.
But you can turn on the YouTube. You can see Molly Brown there. Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton, and Molly Brown making her first appearance since having twin babies. And Matt, the most important part is that we were honored that I believe we were the ESPN Madison favorites.
We like to think we were second in line behind the parents, that we got notified.
I don't know if we were that high, but hey, look at that. Sounds like Matt.
Oh, yeah, she's talking.
Yeah, sounds like Matt already.
No, you guys are my people. I love that clip that I saw you guys post. That was fun. You guys definitely were, beyond family, the first people that I told, I think.
And so who are you holding right now that is talking and already making their radio debut?
Yeah, already crying because Jim's talking.
So this is actually Olivia Ryan, Ryen. I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh, that would have been so good, Molly.
I was about to pee myself if that was true.
If you saw
it's actually a pretty name.
Ryan's reaction was so good.
No, this is Olivia Rose, close to Ryan, I guess.
That's great.
I'm partial to Rose.
Yeah, that's
obviously.
a good one.
Yep. Very pretty.
Yeah. Yep. And then we got Luca David laying in bed right now, but
home run
Yeah.
on the names.
Yeah,
Luca?
Yes.
I'm a little upset that's not Luca, Matthew, and Olivia Jamie.
Yeah, there you go.
That would have been good.
I will say this, that everyone, like my wife, she asked the names. She was very interested in this. Love the name Luca especially, but obviously Olivia as well. Olivia was in the mix which is ironic because Rosie is my daughter's name. Rose, close enough, but Olivia was in the mix for Rosie's name. So beautiful name there as
Love that.
Molly Brown hopped off camera. Is that what happened there? So
I had to go put the baby back.
Yeah.
She was crying.
That's all right.
Did you get the name Luca from the movie?
No, it's funny. I've never actually seen that movie.
It's a
it's
great
actually
Pixar
spelled.
movie.
It's actually spelled like Luka Doncic.
With the K?
Yeah, I love Luca. So
that's fair.
It's a great name, and it is a good movie.
It's
I
a
would
great
recommend
movie.
the movie
Yeah.
as well. I didn't know Matt. I did not have that on my bingo card that Matt would recommend the animated Pixar movie on Disney Plus.
I am into like Pixar movies.
All right,
Pixar movies
wait.
are all great.
So give us as best you can, Molly. We have a radio audience here, but give us the play-by-play of how long were you in labor, what was the ride like to the anything come up, but this could
I
be an
don't
event.
need dazzling details, but details would be
No,
nice.
for sure.
But
No, it's funny.
These could be an adventure.
Yeah, for sure. It was actually like legit like a movie. I was home alone with my toddler because my husband went hunting. He left at like 5 o'clock in the morning. And luckily, he only went like 15 minutes from our house. But all of a sudden, I wake up in the morning and I'm like reaching over the side of the bed to grab a water bottle. And I just hear a pop and then there's just water.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my
no.
God, this is happening. And that didn't happen with my first son. So I didn't know what to even expect at all.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I was like, oh my God. So I call the doctor and I'm like, do I come in? And they're like, yep, come in. So then I'm like calling my husband. I'm like, or I'm texting him because I'm like, well, in case he's like, about to get a deer or something.
Gosh, you can call him at that point, Molly.
What a great partner. What a great partner.
I like texted him. I'm like, hey, I think I need to go to the hospital. I think my water broke, blah, blah. And then he wasn't like responding. And I'm like packing my hospital bag, which I should have done like 2 weeks earlier, but I just like never got around to.
She called an Uber.
and then I'm finally just like, okay, I have to call him. So then I call him. I'm like, hey, my water broke. We got to go. So then he like rushed home. We threw all of the bags in the car and then literally got to the hospital at like 10 o'clock in the morning and had them they were born by 11:45. So
wow,
total. It was fast.
They were ready.
Yeah. And like, meanwhile, leading up to that the whole week, I was like ungodly sick. I thought I had like the stomach flu or something. I didn't know what was wrong with me. So like I hadn't been drinking anything, nothing. So I had to get like, when they were trying to do my IV before I could get an epidural, they had to poke me like 6 times and it was horrible. And I just barely got an epidural. So yeah, it was crazy. It was really fast, especially considering like with my son, I was like in the like delivery room for like 9 hours.
It's very similar to the story with my girls. Like obviously Nola was quicker than Rosie, but also you didn't do what we did. Is that my wife got yelled at because her water again, first time the water didn't break, second time water broke, and it's she was luckily wearing like flannel pants, so it didn't like ruin like the bed or anything. Right. But like same thing. But then she's like, well, I'm going to wait because it took so long last time. She's like, I'm not going in. Like, I'm not going to sit in an uncomfortable hospital bed with people poking and prodding me. So we like watched the show, hung out because I think Rosie was at kindergarten. And we tried to wait for her dad to be able to get her, all this kind of stuff. And the doctor actually called her. I was like, where are you? And she's like, I'm at home. They're like, get into the hospital. We're like, we're 10 minutes away. It's fine. So like, was the drive over? Like, what? This is baby number 2 and 3. How was dad? How were you? Like, was there nerves? Like, what was
Did he get a buck?
Yeah, did he get a deer?
He did not get a deer, and thank God he didn't, because had he have like gotten one, who knows how long it would have taken him to get home. So
yeah, got to drag it out, probably dress it a little.
You leave it in the woods.
Dress. No, you got to field dress that. Sucker.
Why are you acting like you know what? Why are you acting like you're
hunting friends? I know. I had to go hunting with my uncle when I was younger.
Matt acts like he's hunting regularly. Is that what you're going to do later?
Yeah, maybe. You never know.
Bow hunt.
He's a Piedmontese meat expert.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, give Molly the new version.
Piedmontese.
No, it's not.
That's how they pronounce it in Italy. I asked the Italian team when if they knew anything about the Piedmontese Italian heritage breed beef that you can get only at Metcalf's Market in Wisconsin, and they said Piedmontese, not Piedmontese, and they started making fun of me for my American accent. But I've Googled it. Like, it's Piedmontese in America. That's just how they would say it. So I'm like, you know me, I'm bougie, so I'm going to say it the way from the speakers themselves.
There you go. The car ride over was good. He did not get a deer, first off.
Yep.
The car ride, I mean, it was uncomfortable, I guess, but like nothing crazy. I don't know. Once I was there, I was just like, I'm done. I'm done with this. Like once the contractions were hitting, I'm over it.
No, I knew one friend of the family, like she was not like literally, but it's like, I'm gonna have to cross my legs. Like I feel like I'm gonna have this baby before I got to the hospital. It was close too. She gave birth within like an hour of being at the hospital.
Wow.
Mine was not that close, thank God. That would have been scary.
And that would have been high stress.
Molly, I will say, and take this as a compliment, you look amazing where you looked pregnant on camera before. You look great right now. Like you are still glowing. Appreciate it. You are still glowing, but wow, like you lost 2 babies worth of weight and you're looking fantastic again.
Thanks. It's crazy. Even like I was wearing basically my husband's wardrobe for the last month since I've been home. Mm-hmm. So it's nice that I can finally kind of fit into my own stuff, which is great. And also, you guys, my feet look great.
That was good. I was like, do they still look like you sprained both your ankles yesterday?
No, I have ankles again.
And
we
she
do not
actually
have
could
puffy.
do the Aaron Rodgers now because there's not 2 basketballs in her midsection.
Yeah.
You don't have to though. But the question, like, do you have like phantom belly? Not like like a phantom limb.
Kicks?
You had the belly for a while. Not kicks. I was still like, just you probably work around it.
Oh yeah.
Over time, like, do you catch
you find yourself leaning over the sink more than you have to,
or like falling because you're expecting to hit the belly, and then all of a sudden you got a little extra space.
That's interesting. I haven't noticed that yet. Maybe I'll have to give you an update on that because I haven't noticed that yet.
And like something drips, like say she's dipping a sauce, like frying some ketchup.
Now
like
it's on her lap instead of her stomach.
Instead of her shirt.
I don't have a table anymore.
Yeah. What about
You're like an otter before.
obviously the older boys? They've been through it. How is your youngest son doing?
Not youngest, second youngest son now.
Well, okay, she knows.
Waka waka.
That's been interesting too because I didn't really know what to expect. I kind of just like thought everybody would just be cool and whatever, but he's so clingy now and like jealous and all the things. So now I have to be like even more conscious of his feelings. But like even today, like I'm trying to make pancakes and he's like trying to tackle me in the kitchen because he's trying to hold on to my leg the whole time. Or like I'm trying to walk in and out of our room and he's like trying to just grasp onto my legs. Like he is attached to me more than he was before. And he was already like very attached to me before. So
well, if he needs,
he's like obsessed with her.
When he gets a little older, if he needs some like older child advice, I know what it was like. I went through something similar. Obviously not twins, but
just you.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's a really good example where the youngest is clearly the favorite in our family. And no matter
that is
what
not
I
what
do,
Molly said at all.
Well,
Don't put Molly on record on the radio.
If he wants to know what it's like to kind of lose a little all of your attention to a younger, lesser sibling like my sister Becca, I can help him guide him his way through that.
I don't know if you're the right person to because you still have a little bit of resentment, I think.
Yeah, I mean that's what drives.
Well, again,
me.
let's not forget, and I don't know if you're so this will be in the future. Matt still gets triggered because Becca is confused for his significant other at times because they share the same last name and they're on a team together.
Yeah, that is definitely a weird conversation.
Now, again, to be honest, as
correct
a kid,
somebody. Actually, that's my sister, not my wife.
But to be honest, like when you watch.
It's really fun to say.
Yeah, something forward for Luca to look forward to. So,
yeah.
When Matt teaches them to curl and they're they are Olympic level curlers, Luca will have in his future. No, that's my sister, not my wife.
Yeah, my twin sister.
But Matt, you do forgive it because like when I was a kid, you watch like the figure skating or things like that, and you'd be like, oh, they got to be married. Like I thought Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers are married.
Yeah, I get it, and
like,
that's why I'm not like a jerk about it. But it's always
just screaming at kids.
It is
you idiot.
It is funny to see the reaction when you're like, oh, it's actually my sister, not my wife. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, I screwed up. I'm sorry. It is kind of funny.
Idiot. That's what you mumble under your breath. So, Molly, congratulations. We got to play Don't Quote Me since you're here, though. So, congratulations again. Also, how did Molly? She did well on her Don't Quote Me, but she cheated because she knows.
I cheated.
Yeah, well, you do know your body better than anyone.
Yeah.
And she knows the Badgers better than anyone on the show, too. She knew they'd only get 5 wins, and she knew the babies would average out to 5 pounds.
She knew.
Oh, no. Here's the thing, though, you guys. I had an appointment like 2 days on. Okay, so I had them on Saturday. I had an appointment on Wednesday where they predicted the weights of what the babies were going to be. They said 8 pounds and 6 pounds.
That's what I thought.
They came out like 4 pounds and 6 pounds. So they were 2 pounds off. So they were wrong the entire time.
And what's a side note? 4's tiny. How's that? Like that would be stressful.
She's very tiny.
Yes.
They're both technically preemies, but like for her, she's very small. And like it's crazy because my like first son, he was twice her weight. So like he was a brick. Where her, she's like a dainty little doll.
Well, he had twice the room.
True.
Yeah.
That is true.
We're not blaming her for it. We're just,
I
it's
mean,
just more of a
Molly,
juxtaposition.
You're a fairly tiny person, and you had 2 like things growing inside you. Now babies.
Yeah.
Things.
Well, they were things until they were babies.
Oh, really?
They're babies now.
Is this the stance we're taking? Okay. All right. All right. So let's get to Don't Quote Me because we're not going to quote Matt Hamilton on that.
It's a parasite, technically.
Oh my God.
We're not saying it's gonna happen,
Let it ride!
but if it does, then we want credit.
Say that again, because that is an amazing take.
I told you all.
If not, well,
Don't quote me, boy, because I ain't said.
Yes, and as Jim Rutledge mentioned before, we had our first ever correct Don't Quote Me's based off Molly's maternity leave. Molly predicting that the average weight of her kids would be more than the final season win total for the Wisconsin Badgers. Kids averaging out to 5.125 pounds. I did the math myself. Thank you for sending me those stats, Molly.
Thank you for doing the math.
You're welcome. And Badgers finishing with 5 wins, which means they're going to miss a bowl game. And my Don't Quote Me prediction is that Molly's kids would both turn 1 year old before the Badgers next played in a bowl game. Though, as Jim pointed out, I didn't necessarily say that they wouldn't turn 2 before then. So I think for my Don't Quote Me to hit, we have to look back at a year from now. And if they get to a bowl game between the first and second birthday, then I was correct.
Okay. I think it's fair.
Fair.
Alrighty.
All right, but more importantly, Packers play the Lions tonight. And as we said, the Packers are currently 3-point underdogs, and we want to make our don't quote me long shot predictions for tonight's game. Molly Brown, since you're actually showing up after giving birth literally earlier this week to the show, you should have the honors of going first.
All right. So I predict that tonight's game will be a 2-touchdown score game, with the Packers winning by at least 2 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs will have 2 touchdowns as well.
I like it.
Is that bold enough?
I think it's good.
Oh, yeah, that's very 2 touchdowns is a bold prediction.
I like the two. I like the 2 for both because then it's
and
twinning touchdowns.
Oh,
twins.
duh.
Yeah.
I did that on purpose.
Of course.
I'm gonna go with a Jordan Love stat line: 275 through the air, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Wow, you're just drinking the Kool-Aid.
That bold enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go bold. I think the Packers are going to win, but I'm going to say Josh Jacobs outgains Jordan Love.
Like Josh Jacobs' total yards
Yep.
from scrimmage are going to be more than Jordan Love's passing yards.
Yep. I think they're going to lean on the run. I think he's going to be really effective leaning on the run, and I think it'll be kind of a bleed-out game where maybe the Packers ended up winning like 24 to 21.
Know if Josh Jacobs gets like 75 yards in the passing game like he did last week, that's still going to count 75 towards Jordan Love.
Right, but I think Josh Jacobs could push one. I don't think Jordan Love's going to have a big pass. I think they're going to do what they've been doing, which is put
20 passes.
Put a governor on Jordan Love. He's played better when you ask him to throw less.
Do less better.
There you go.
Do less better.
So I think Josh Jacobs will accumulate more yards than Jordan Love will.
All right, I think that's a good one. That's bold,
yards,
I approve of that.
Yeah.
Ryan, do you have one?
I do have one. All right, guys. So my don't quote me prediction for tonight's game. I'm predicting that tonight's game is the highest scoring game in the NFL this season.
Wow, I like it.
So I think Mark Tauscher said it as well. He thinks this is going to be a shootout game. Could be a track meet. The Lions defense is decimated. The Packers defense probably isn't that good anyways.
We
and
lost our 2 starting corners.
And they're missing 2 starting corners. And Adrian Cooper.
Adrian Cooper's the biggest miss right now, I think.
Yes, especially against the Lions in that running game.
Jair's only played half the games this season.
Correct. So it's like, what's the absence? But the highest scoring game in the NFL this season was this past Sunday. No? It's not actually. They've scored the most points by a team this season. They put up 52 on somebody. Actually, 3 of the 4 highest team scores in the NFL this season were the Lions, which is part of why I'm making this prediction. Earlier this Sunday, the Bengals and the Steelers put up the most points in a game this season. They combined for 82.
And the Steelers have a legit defense, and they still gave up a lot of points to that.
Exactly. So I'm predicting that, not necessarily saying who's going to win, but yeah, I think that I could very well see it being like 42-35 or maybe some
You would need more than that to win your prediction.
No, it's at 82.
Yeah, 42-35.
That'd only be 79.
Oh my gosh, you're right. Math is hard.
77.
77?
Yeah.
Fair.
So you need to add a couple points. You could go 43-40.
43-40.
That would give you
That's
the
a
win.
weird score, but yeah.
Don't put up weird scores. People get in the feels about them.
Scoregamis.
More touchdowns, 4 field goals. That's 40. That's easy. Add another field goal for 43.
That was really fast math that you had there.
Matt just knows
can do
football
math.
Yeah.
Football math, I'm okay. Actual math, not so much.
All right. Well, yeah, but it'll be the highest scoring game in the NFL this season. I could see it being not like the same, but similar to that Rams-Chiefs game back in 2018? Jared Goff was in that game.
Yeah.
I could see it happening again. And Jordan Love will just, play the Patrick Mahomes role.
Okay, Molly, I got one more question for you. We're asking our fans. Lions are 3-point favorites. Is that too much, too little, or just right?
I'm actually surprised that it's that close. I'll say too little.
Because
even though I'm
Lions
predicting the Packers
should get
win
more,
by 2.
is what you're saying? Like 4?
I mean, considering how they beat them last time and it was in Lambeau, I would think that it's even more, like 5.
Interesting. Jim had about 4. I thought 3.5 would be fair. I still voted just right, but
we are going to find out about the Packers tonight, because if they go out and look like they did against the Lions at Lambeau Field, then this team is not what you think it is.
Right.
Nope. That'll be incredibly discouraging.
I don't think that's going to happen. But if it does, then you know who the Packers are.
Yeah.
And if they go out and they win, however they win, then you know who they are too. That they are a top 3 or 4 team in the NFC.
Yeah.
So I saw this popped up, and then we're going to have Molly tell us about Potawatomi. But Andrew Banstra just popped this up on social media, and I want to ask this question. How much would you pay for an old school, like, Arby's sign? Basically, I think this is the Arby's sign that was in Madison by J&K Security Solutions, the Arby's that was taken down. So, like,
well, there's a cool old one in Schwabenon, too, by Green Bay.
Yeah, but this person's in Madison.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, then this Arby's is down, so they're selling
But, yeah,
the
they have
actual
a sign with the lights and everything?
The whole thing. The
like
whole
old
the
school.
hat. The hat.
Oh.
Wow, that's
kind of cool.
That would be cool.
What would you pay for it? It's on Facebook Marketplace if you are interested there, Molly.
I mean,
like, what would I actually pay for it, or what is somebody like?
No,
what
what
is
would you
somebody
pay
going
for
to?
it? What would you pay for it?
I mean, $200.
All right,
I like
a Taco Bell sign. Like, if you like your favorite restaurant, doesn't have to be
No.
Arby's specific.
Or
I don't know.
South sign.
There you go.
Oh,
yeah.
like that one that's always behind you guys when you're there.
Oh,
That's pretty sweet.
that's actually
It's similar. It's got the big lights.
no, but
to
that
it.
one would look good in your home. This
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
is ridiculous.
Oh, I would put that out front of my house on a pole. I would make people think I had an Arby's drive-through.
Your neighbors would hate you. It'd be like that episode of Seinfeld with the KFC roasters when the Kramer goes insane.
What was it? It was Kenny Rogers Roasters.
Yes, that's KFC.
You said
roasters.
KFC, but yeah, it was Kenny Rogers.
Have you ever eaten any Kenny Rogers roasters?
No,
I have. They were down in Florida when I was down there.
Wow.
Matt. So okay, then I'll ask you like this. What do you think it's going for?
Honestly, what I would pay if I wouldn't get in trouble with the wife, I'd probably be like a G would be fair.
Okay, it's going for $2,500.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say 25,000. I was like, no way.
But it might fall because it started at $3,300. Now it's down to $2,500.
This person is in the Madison area.
Supposed to go.
I believe so. Yes. I don't know what the hell you're gonna do with it. That's the thing.
Put it in the man cave.
It honestly
It would be a great man cave.
I think it's the one on the outside of the building.
Yeah,
Like,
I know, but so like you have a
how are you
6 foot tall
mounting
Arby thing in your house,
just on the floor.
Well, I mean, you can't really hang it.
Do you think that gets hot?
Probably.
Maybe.
Like Molly can't have it around with the babies. You touch it, Matt Hamilton style.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a RB sign expert, but I imagine that you could. There's
Also,
some
like
safeguards
I feel
there.
like carcinogens. We talked about it earlier. Those giant lights just blasting through
Oh,
your house
God.
can't be good for you at some level.
Oh gosh, come on! It's probably fine.
That's how you
Can't
want
be any worse than getting like a quarter pound of roast beef on a bun.
That's a good question.
From Arby's.
What's got
It's
more
probably the least
carcinogens?
dangerous.
The sign in your house or eating actually at Arby's? Now, you know me. I have not eaten Arby's in 12 years.
They've got the meats though, Jim.
They got a disgusting bathroom with the one in Johnson Creek. So
Yeah, fair.
and that was
Yeah.
just relayed to me, and I refused to eat there
Yeah.
ever again. Molly, tell us about Potawatomi.
Yep, all you sports bettors, if you aren't making your wagers at Potawatomi Casino Hotel in Milwaukee, you're missing out on an elite experience. Honestly, it's a complete sports betting paradise. If you're short on time, they have free 20-minute reserve structure parking, and in a major move for all sports bettors out there, you can now use your Potawatomi rewards card at most self-service kiosks and the betting counter. Bet on your favorite sports and earn rewards points along the way. Now that's a winning play. Bet above the rest. Learn more at paidsbig.com/sportsbook.
Molly, thank you so much for hopping on. Hopefully, you obviously have carte blanche to join the show whenever. Now, Evan Cohen did think that you might actually be on the show more during your maternity leave than Matt Hamilton will be on during the same time.
Okay, I'll
So,
take the challenge.
Just
Maybe
show
we'll see.
appearances. It doesn't have to be the whole show, just like actual appearances.
Molly, we want you to be better and rested and ready to get back, and I don't want to lose this.
Fair.
I'm
I'll
like
give you your
Jim. I
time
don't
to
want to
shine.
go out and just have a good performance and still lose and be like, that's okay.
Molly, you might want to make it down to the office, though. Our friends at Jones Dairy Farm dropped off some bacon. So
Ooh,
and you
yes.
have a case here. So maybe one of our teammates that's close enough can bring it up to you.
Or if someone's
Up at
running
the
up to
zoo.
Beaver Dam or something.
Yes.
Amazing.
All right,
Love
Molly.
it.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
All right, that is the Molly Brown
The mother of Luca and Olivia.
and Tyson
And Tyson, yeah. But
and
like,
more children. But yeah,
the newest additions,
the
Luca
ones
and Olivia.
the ones people care about now. Obviously,
Yeah.
no, I'm just kidding. No.
Yeah.
We love
See,
Tyson too.
I understand that, Tyson. I understand it.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
There's a good chance if you watch sports, you're getting served information about hormone optimization. What does that even mean? Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health can tell you exactly what hormone optimization means. He will take your blood work and let you know if it's right for you. If you're feeling sluggish, not losing weight like you used to, you're not gaining muscle like you used to, or you just don't feel like yourself in most aspects of your life, go see Dr. Nestor Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. In fact, sign up for the 6-week experience so you can see everything that Carbon World Health has to offer, including hormone optimization. Learn more at carbonworldhealth.com.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Mark Tosher here, encouraging you to join in on the fun with Prize Picks, the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Prize Picks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with an injury insurance policy so that your lineups stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks keeps your lineup live. Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. And when your picks hit, you get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. And you can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. Download the app today. Use code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Hi, Dave from Canopy Wealth Management here. Our balanced approach helps guide you through a complex and ever-changing landscape. Throughout your family's financial planning journey, we will serve as a partner, advocate, and steward in all aspects to help you achieve your goals with confidence. At Canopy, care, competence, and clarity, it's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after, an in-depth recap of every Bucks game in 6 minutes. No more, no less. Bucks in 6 provides game recaps for every game. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis.
Puts it on the floor, spins down the lane, and plunges it through.
Or the deep threes from Dame.
Dame time has arrived with 107.
Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, and wherever you get your podcasts.
This season, Chevy brings classic pairings, cookies and milk, mistletoe and kisses, and your holiday plans and a new Chevy. Silverado 1500 gives you power and capability with 430 pound-feet of torque to haul your holiday tree. Equinox EV and the all-new Equinox offer award-winning quality and style to see you through the holiday season. See why Chevy makes everything better and brighter. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Get your hydration on track with Water Joe. Water Joe has 0 calories, 0 sugars, 0 artificial sweeteners, and 0 carbs. Get a 700 milliliter bottle of Water Joe at your local Festival Foods for 99 cents now until December 8th. Just purified water infused with a kick of caffeine. It's a great alternative to sugary sodas, sugary coffee, or energy drinks. Get that 700 milliliter bottle of Water Joe for only 99 cents through December 8th at your local Festival Foods location.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. It is a little bit awkward, Matt Hamilton, pulling back the curtain here, is that we normally hear our own bump music coming in. I don't hear it, so I feel like I'm a little bit naked. Matt Hamilton, turn on your mic and join me naked as well in the Everlight Solar Studio. Get into the show, 844-770-3776.
Not after dark,
3776. We are on 12 to 2 and not after dark because
it's the matinee.
Oh, God. We did have someone chime in with a dad joke here. What do you call a belt made of watches?
I don't know.
A waste of time.
That's good. I like that. I like that one.
Green Bay game day will start at 4. KBN starts at 2. We got you 12 to 2, and we'll be back at a normal time tomorrow. Again, we had Molly Brown on the show. I think I forgot to mention this off the air, but I'll say it now. I feel like we should make a separate guest. Like when we have guests on the Jim, Matt, and Molly show, we put them in a separate kind of post sometimes. So I think we should have Molly's interview a separate post on Wisconsin On Demand, Apple, Spotify, and those great places so you can hear from Molly. And she revealed the names of her babies, Luca and Olivia. Fantastic names. She also got Ryan Good to start it with the Olivia Ryan, which
what makes me extra happy is it means she was listening to our show.
Yes.
Yeah. She heard the first segment of our show.
You think she listened after that?
Honestly, yeah, I do. Molly is probably on her laptop trying to work right now in between feeding babies and probably changing crazy amounts of
I guess I'll be honest. When I'm not on the show, it's the same approach when the Bears are eliminated. I don't really care win or lose. Like, you guys do what you want. I'm not going to acknowledge it.
I get that.
I'm
on the road.
Just existed in
I'm
it's in
oftentimes
the ether.
curling. Like, I could go back and listen, but I also could go get dinner after my game. And
I'll be fully honest here, and this is probably a little bit psychotic of me, but I'll pull that curtain. It's like someone's like taking your wife on a date. Like this is our show.
What?
If I'm not on it,
Jim, so when Jesse is on the show, you feel like me and Jesse are out to dinner.
But it's not even you. But Monday, none of us were on it. Like I just felt like they
this
stole
Monday.
Yeah, wasn't Matt? Were you on the show Monday?
Yeah,
it was me and Jesse.
You really didn't listen.
No, I didn't listen. I thought it was him and Alex Sheet. But regardless, I don't want to listen. I feel like I'm getting cheated on.
So how about if, say, you're driving between the hours of 4 to 6, like you're driving out to a campsite?
You changing the channel?
Well, here's the thing. I'm not driving solo out to the campsite.
But even if you're not driving solo, you could pop an earbud in and listen.
And this
you think my wife's going to be good with me with
a family-friendly
7,500-pound camper behind the truck? It's from Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. And that big blue truck from Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb is fantastic. I will say they have 4 of these on the lot. Matt, they have the EV Silverado. And I'm going to say this. It is amazing. It all black. It's got all the cool EV kind of it looks kind of like an electric blue at certain points when the lights turn on. The E in Silverado is like a blue E.
Right, okay.
And then it's black trim, black
Details
rims.
like that are important.
Yes.
Do you know what the MPG on a EV pickup is?
No, I do not.
No, I'm curious.
No, I don't.
I wasn't setting you up to be actually, it's...
It's got the special gate on it, too. But the thing with these things is you just put a charger in at home, and you're set. You won't have to buy gas. And so, that's the best part for it. You don't have to go pay to charge it. You can do it at home.
Oh,
but
it's not a hybrid. It's straight up just
EV. That's why I was confused by the question. But I was
I was.
But there is, obviously you can get so far on the battery of one of these things. But, and Matt, just hold your feelings. It is all the functionality. It's all the coolness of, the EV and all that part of it, but it actually works as a truck, unlike, the dumpster fire that is.
2 sources say 440 miles.
That sounds about right. Knowing what EVs are. Yeah. So,
obviously not hauling that big camper, but
this thing,
crazy.
But it can haul a camper. It has the towing capacity to haul a camper. It can get out, unlike other e-trucks or cyber trucks, this thing actually does truck things. So there's 4 of them. There's 4 of them at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. But no, to your question, no, probably not. We fire up Bears podcast or something. I don't know. Need a break.
So you don't listen to it, even if you're in the car and it's convenient. I understand. For me, I have to actually log into Wisconsin On Demand. All you'd need to do is change the dial.
Well, there's literally YouTube streams. Like, you could just pull up your YouTube and listen
you're
to it
not
through there.
doing that driving.
Why not? You just set your phone down, like, on the middle console and just go at it.
Gosh, go at it.
Go at it.
Ryan seems like a distracted driver.
Yeah, I don't.
No.
Pop an earbud in. It's like, that's illegal. One,
Well,
it's
fair.
not allowed, so you have
It's
to do
true.
it on the inside ear, not by the window side.
so that way you can,
So no one
tune
would
out the
see
fam.
it. Yeah, but Ryan, like, you're suggesting watching YouTube and
You're not
putting
watching.
your earbuds in while driving.
You're not watching, you're just listening to it, but you're using the YouTube to
Okay,
listen.
so if there's
Listen to
anyone
watch the
else
YouTube
like
stream.
me and you turn on YouTube and you're like, just don't watch. It's like, no.
Is it that hard?
Yeah.
Let me add to this. I will listen to shows that I've been on.
That does not surprise me at all.
That makes it worse.
No, I listen back to see how we did. If I think it was really bad or really good, I'll listen back.
Nerd.
so not for pleasure per se, but more because you want to self-critical.
I love me some me, so
Yeah,
there's pleasure.
you do.
We do a lot of good segments, and I just sit there, nod along, and go.
That was good. Way to go, Jim.
But no, it's
You
more.
talk about yourself in the third person, like, Jim is so hot right now. He is working it.
It's more of like, did I? Honestly, I'll give the full details of it.
Please.
Yes.
The details no one's asking for.
Dazzle
Get
us.
into
Yes.
detail.
Did I let Matt talk enough? Did I talk over Matt? Is Molly talking? Am I setting up? Am I telling people about the YouTube? All those sorts of things. And of course, did I get?
Yeah. I think
did I
Matt
get
talks
people in their
plenty.
and did I get people in their feels?
Yeah.
Those are my goals of the show. So make sure everyone gets fair time in the chat. Make sure I give everyone all the details of the show. All that sort of stuff, and then obviously make you upset.
Perfect. I think you're nailing it right now, Jim, by your standards.
844-770-3776. Daniel Landscaper chimes in. Yeah, Matt, nobody can see the earbud while driving in the middle lane going down the belt line. Also, I have a truck. I'm up.
Yeah. And I've got hair. I can hide it.
Yeah, but also they can pull you over for whatever they want.
For sure. But, like, what Ryan's suggesting is not safe.
Okay, Mom.
We're safe drivers here.
Are we?
Yeah.
You've talked about your speeding. Molly's talked about her speeding.
Jim has road rage.
Mine
I don't have road
was
rage.
circumstantial at best.
I have general rage all the time.
That's fair, and then it carries over to the car.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
First of all, who gets pulled over by a plane? Like, that was my fault. And I was getting around
You
an
were asking
erratic
for it,
driver.
yeah.
I was trying to avoid the erratic driver.
You're trying to be
You
safe
know
by
how,
being
like,
dangerous.
when you're on a highway and someone isn't using cruise control, and once you start to pass them, it's like they realize that they're not going as fast as they want to, and then speed up again, and then they'll like continue to drive, and then you'll pass them again, and then they realize you passing them, and because I'm on cruise control, speed limit 70, I'm at 76, 75 on the cruise control, and once I pass them, they're like, oh, we're going too slow. So I was just like, I'm just gonna leave this person in the dust, and then I'll set my cruise again, give myself a little buffer. And they must have caught me while I was trying to get that buffer space.
Maybe you're on your way to Metcalf's Market.
Oh, I tell you what, I would be driving fast on my way to Metcalf's Market because I want to take advantage of all those hot deals. The problem with that is you don't have to drive fast. If you're a Metcalf's Market member, there are deals to be had every single day, all day. Maybe it's the Piedmontese beef that you're trying to get. Maybe it's some of those specialty cheeses. Maybe you just want to check out that wine and liquor section. I tell you what, Metcalf's Market has something for you. Their produce is fantastic. My personal experience, I feel like my produce lasts longer in the fridge. Like, I'll get it from other grocery stores, and like 2 days later, that lettuce is inedible. It's like a week and a half when I got my Metcalf's Market lettuce. So I'm telling you, the produce is better. The beef is fantastic. You can get the specialty cheeses. Check out Metcalf's Market. They're local. You want to buy local. They're at Westtown Mall. They're at Hilldale. They're also in Wauwatosa. So if you want to bring local home, check out Metcalf's Market.
JJ and Ponette says Matt just made the same argument for speeding that he made for throwing a pick six. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Coors Light.
Shut up.
You're listening live from St. John's, Newfoundland. The Newfies love Jim, Matt, and Molly. 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Madison Weight Loss is having a huge holiday sale, almost 20% off, making it our lowest prices of the year. You can start the program before, during, or after the holidays. We know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no prepackaged meals, no injections or surgery. The secret is our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good. To learn how our clients on average lowered their metabolic age by 17 years, go to MadisonWeightLoss.com now to schedule your free consultation and learn why your metabolism may be sabotaging your weight loss goals. Go to MadisonWeightLoss.com and save big now only through December 31st.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson. The program with Madison Weight Loss was perfect for me to lose 40 pounds. Trust me, Madison Weight Loss is the real deal. And take advantage of the huge holiday sale with the lowest prices of the year now through December 31st. You can start the program now or after the holidays, but you need to call now to lock in the huge discount. Go to MadisonWeightLoss.com now to schedule your free consultation. That's MadisonWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. In 1995, Tito Beveridge built his very own distillery and put his life savings into it. Since then, he's won the unanimous Judge's Choice Double Gold Medal at the World Spirits Competition, the Chairman's Trophy for World's Best Vodka Tonic, and many others. Tito's Handmade Vodka is still made on the same land where he started it, all in Austin, Texas. Distilled from corn and gluten-free. Visit us at Tito'sVodka.com for recipes, videos, and more. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Hey, it's Alex Stroke. Did you miss any of ESPN Wisconsin's Coaches Week? Find my one-on-one conversation with Wisconsin head coach Greg Gard, Marquette head coach Shaka Smart, Green Bay head coach Doug Gottlieb, and Milwaukee head coach Bart Lundy on the Mr. Relevant podcast feed, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, or wherever you get your podcasts. Mr. Relevant is presented by Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits, and in part by Underdog and UnderdogFantasy.com. That's the Mr. Relevant podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts.
Get ready for a festive season at the Bruce Company in Middleton. Jim Rutledge here, the Bruce Company Garden Center, has packed their calendar with fun events for your whole family. Kickstart your holiday season with exciting events like a visit with Icelandic horses and snowy owls, and of course, their reindeer fly-in and holiday open house. Mr. and Mrs. Claus will even be landing for a visit at the Bruce Company. So join in the fun this holiday season. Learn more about their upcoming events at brucecompany.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
Dog, I can't remember a game that was this good.
Yeah, you know what else would be great right now? Some food from the Great Dane.
I know, but we can't go right now.
Good news! The Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company is available on DoorDash and Uber Eats. Stay in the game with the full menu delivered from the Great Dane closest to you. Downtown, Hilldale, Fitchburg, or East Madison. Order today with DoorDash and Uber Eats or on thegreatdanepub.com. Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's original brew pub since 1994.
Metro Ford of Madison is Madison's trusted Ford dealership. Whether you're in the market for a new or new-to-you vehicle, Metro Ford of Madison has the customer service that's second to none. Metro Ford is also the home of the 2 years no-charge maintenance offer on new vehicle purchases, making it the place to go for the new Ford of your dreams. Browse their inventory, schedule a service, or see this month's offers at MetroFordofMadison.com. That's MetroFordofMadison.com.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
It's silly season. It's recruiting season, so I want to throw out this unsubstantiated rumor from Reddit. Why not? Actually, no. It says On3's Pete Nakos reported Tuesday the Badgers are a team to watch for former five-star transfer QB Connor Wegman. He is leaving Texas A&M after 3 seasons. So maybe the Badgers bring in another transfer QB to put on top of Carter Smith. But at that point, it's another one-year fix, which I don't love.
What's TVD's deal? Is he out?
I mean, I don't know if they can trust him. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. He's Matt Hamilton. I'm Jim Rutledge. Primetime War, Shine Behind the Glass. We're live from the Everlight Solar Studio. We are presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
You can follow the show at Jim, Matt, Molly, and obviously on YouTube as well, ESPN Madison's YouTube. I would say his health is very much up in the air because you tear an ACL and he was a couple games into the year. It's usually a year recovery. Mm-hmm. Would he be able to play spring ball? No. And then, what do you have? And then you have Locke, who not great, and then you have Carter Smith or Matoyer, who you just don't know what you have there. So you could just go with a proven commodity, bring in a veteran transfer QB to compete with Matoyer and Smith. And maybe you don't bring someone in at this sort of level, but you want to bring someone in who maybe has quarterback before.
It would be pretty great to get a quarterback from Texas A&M.
Yes, let's throw some stones.
1, 2, 3,
Some takes are cooler than others.
You know this kid is as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Some opinions are just cooler than the rest.
Now what's cooler than being cool? Ice cold.
And if you keep it chill, then it's a cold take.
Chill out. I'm chill. I'm chill as a cucumber, man.
I'm always the coldest.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's chillest Kia dealership.
Yeah, guys, and whether it's hot, cold, or just chill, we always got to throw some stones on Jim, Matt, and Molly. Now, Matt Hamilton might be the curler, but Jim Rutledge wants to throw some stones about something the MLB did this week. I think most people have heard of this one, but why don't you introduce the topic for us, Jim?
Honestly, I think it could be a death nail for Major League Baseball. And
wow.
Yeah, I think it's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. And I'm not a traditionalist with Major League Baseball. I love the pitch clock. I love trying to keep the game moving, get it going. The idea, and I guess I don't know if it came from the Bananas, the minor league team.
The Savannah Bananas?
Yes, but it's the golden batter rule that they've included. And in their league, it allows the team to pinch hit any hitter at any time in the game. That's not what the golden batter would be in Major League. A golden at-bat rule would be in Major League Baseball. It would be allow MLB teams to choose one at-bat in every game where they could send their best hitter to the plate even if it wasn't their turn. And I hate it. One, it does skew all of counting stats because then all of a sudden the best players are going to get more at-bats than they ever have had before in a traditional season.
Right.
Because you can at least get one extra at-bat per game.
And also only if you're the best batter on your team, right?
True, but those are the ones everyone cares about the counting stats for. So that home run record could become less important in a single season if Aaron Judge is getting 50 more at-bats over the course of a year, or heck, it could be 100 more at-bats over the course of a year than any other traditional hitter has ever gotten. And so that's that part of it. But then also, for me, it turns baseball into a video game. It disrupts the flow of the actual spirit of the game. I don't think the pitch clock did any of that. But when you were doing this is like adding. I'd actually be more okay with a 4-point shot in basketball because you could just add another line and move it back, as opposed to this. This seems like it is made up and gimmicky and really bastardized the sport.
Man, this is the first time hearing of it. It's interesting. I get what you're saying. It definitely does. But people are showing up to see Ohtani, and they're showing up to see Judge, and they're showing up to see these superstars that can play. And an extra at bat is an extra opportunity for the fans to watch their favorite players. This definitely doesn't seem like it's pro baseball as much as it's pro fan. And outside of your purists, you got guys like me who casually watch. If everyone's getting 4 at bats, but Aaron Judge gets 5, that is more entertaining to me.
Let's play it out. How many games? I'm just asking the question because I probably watch, 3.
2 games a year.
Yeah, whole games. Yeah. And that's probably if I'm at them. How many games would you watch on TV right now per year?
Okay, so I know where you're going with this. It's probably like 3 or 4. It's
How
not
many
for
more?
Brewers.
How many more would you watch?
I don't know if I'll watch more, but I think I'm more attentive.
Okay,
during the ones
for
I
their
am
purposes,
watching.
they need to sell rating. They need people to show up and go to the game. So my point is, the diehards are the ones that they can
That
count
go
on.
to the games
that they
anyway?
can count on.
Maybe.
And I feel like this would lose them.
Yeah.
You and I are similar. I'm not getting on you for the games.
I don't know if it necessarily loses them because if you're a diehard, you're still going to be into baseball. You're not going to be like, oh, this is not going to be the straw that breaks
There's
the
plenty of
camel's
people
back.
upset about the. You're right. It's not going to break, but they're going to be. What did Lamar Soup Campbell was on the jump around? He said, when you lose the mob, you lose Rome. And at some point, if you upset your base enough, then they might not have that same passion, and then they're ending up consuming a little bit less. Like maybe they still go, but it could have the opposite effect. Or they might consume a little bit less.
What's an empire that's like half the size of Rome? I don't know, like the Ottoman Empire, like one that like grew up in its ashes.
That was probably larger than Roman.
Yeah. Well, I would say that's what like MLB is at this point. They're on their last legs anyways, and like Jim says, they can't possibly alienate their diehard fans. And you're not bringing in more fans.
I mean,
by doing this.
honestly, for me, it's all about hitting. You want like the pitchers are so good now. For me, what if they like moved the mound back 2 feet?
You could, but
then it's that much longer for reaction time for batters.
But that would be better. That still falls within the rules.
That seems like something
would you
to me.
like a golden curler? Like
there is kind of a rule like that in curling, a little bit, right?
What do you mean?
Wasn't there? I believe I was at your curling at the Madison Double Down a couple weeks ago.
Oh, so that was a unique event. This is doubles, and yes,
doubles
again. In doubles, there is 2 ends where you can call it's called a power play, and the stones are set differently to set up the game to give the last rock more.
But
of
how
an
long has that
advantage.
been a part of curling?
Well, it's been a part of this double since the beginning.
Okay. So, and I understand it, just because, but at the same time, baseball's built on tradition and counting stats. We'll be back at it in our normal time tomorrow. We all have the Packers winning tonight?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll take the Lions.
Oh, okay. 2 out of 3 of us have the Packers winning tonight. Hater. Ryan Wollersheim has the Lions. This has been Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
See ya. Go Pack, go. Matt Hamilton here to tell you about my